Ang una at ikalawang dekada ng taong 2000 ay isang matagumpay na mga taon sa ating mga Pilipino pagdating sa sports na boxing, sapagkat ito ang kasagsagan ng kasikatan ng ating pambansang kamao Manny Pacquiao, the Filipino Flash Nonito Donaire at Donnie Ahas Nietes, na magkakaparehong naghari at naging kampyon sa kani-kanilang dibisyon. Ngunit lingid sa kaalaman ng nakararami, kasabay sa kasikatan ng tatlong ito, ay may isa pang Pinoy na nagdala din ng karangalan sa ating bansa sa sports na boxing. Ito ay ang tinaguriang gintong kamao ng San Jose Occidental Mindoro na si Drian Francisco, na lumaban sa Super Featherweight Division mula 2005 hanggang 2018. Taong 2009, matapos babagsakin ni Drian ang Indonesian fighter na si Saril Fabanyo. Ay isang ibang lahing boksidor naman ang naimbitahan sa Pilipinas upang subukan ang lakas at tibay ng Pinoy sa pakikipaglaban. Ito ay ang Panamanian Southpaw fighter na si Roberto Vasquez. Ang bansang Panama ay isa rin sa nagkaroon ng malaking ambag sa sports na boxing, sapagkat dito nanggaling ang legendary fighter na si Roberto Duran. Si Vasquez ay may malayong agwat pagdating sa karanasan kung ikukumpara kay Drian Francisco, sapagkat si Vasquez ay naging WBA World Champion ng 2 taon at nagkaroon ng 4 na matagumpay na pagdepensa dito bago ito nakuha sa kanya ng isang Japanese fighter na si Takefumi Sakata noong 2007 sa kanilang ikalawang paghaharap via unanimous decision. Balik tayo sa sagupaan ng Pinoy at Panamanian. Ito ay isang malaking sugal para sa karera ng Pinoy. Maliban sa kanyang malalapit na kaibigan, sa laban na ito ay walang naniniwala na makukuha ng Pinoy ang tagumpay, sapagkat bukod sa ngayon lamang nila narinig ang pangalan ni Drian Francisco, ay hindi pa rin daw ito nakakasagupa ng isang world-class opponent katulad ni Roberto Vasquez. Kaya naman, isang malaking pagsubok ang laban na ito para sa Pinoy. Ang ating pambato ay mayroong record na 17 wins, 13 via knockout, 1 draw at wala pang talo. Samantalang si Vasquez naman ay mayroong ring record na 27 wins, 19 dito ay nakuha via knockout at 3 talo lamang. Bagamat heavy underdog sa laban na ito, nais patunayan ng Pinoy ang kanyang sarili at makapagbigay ng karangalan sa ating bansa. Sa pagtunog ng bell, makikipag-apir pa lang sana ang Pinoy. Bilang tanda ng respeto, ay bigla na itong sinugod ng kalaban. Malamang, nais iparating ni Vasquez na hindi ito dumayo sa Pilipinas upang sayangin lang ang oras nito. Bagkus, gusto kagad nitong tapusin ng Pinoy.
So it was a short-lived.
He had a little trouble getting to the 115 limit.
He was April 19th at Quezon City when he KO'd the Indonesian Sharil. And as my esteemed colleague said, certainly the biggest fight of his young career.
His first fight to the very talented world-ranked Hugo Caceres from Panama City.
The fans acknowledged a flying left hand by Francisco. As we are approaching the end of the opening round. Oh, and a nice flurry. These guys didn't want to quit.
Sa pagsapit ng round 2, dahil sa performance na pinapakita ng Pinoy, ay dahan-dahan na nitong napapabilib ang mga Amerikanong ring announcer.
That was held in Panama City earlier this year, March 24th. So I think a lot of these World Championship fighters take a round or two to get his boxing feet back on, and a nice left hand by Francisco stuns the former world champ. Minutes of rounds 1 and 2. It seems Francisco, when throwing punches,
Fought on.
Team and even himself, they say this is his time. Oh, and a nice left jab.
He relaxed, even so much to the point where he corrected those. Correct. You know, so he's very relaxed.
Something that you don't normally find in the fight game. He's a college graduate, went to San Sebastian, in commerce.
That's very unusual.
Well, it's just not in the Philippines. I would say all around the world.
Sure. You see that? He throws. He reminds me of like Hasim Hamed. You know, just throws punches from all angles.
And that has brought this partisan Filipino crowd to its feet here in the Cuneta Astrodome.
Francisco's feeling it. He's getting some confidence.
Less than 10 left to go here in the second round. As Vasquez. Oh, and a nice left jab.
Bagamat nakalalamang ang Pinoy sa round 3, ay masasabi ko na may kalakasan talaga ang suntok ni Vasquez sapagkat halos ma-out of balance ang Pinoy. Sa tuwing masasalag nito ang suntok ni Vasquez, naisip ko tuloy paano na lang kaya kung direktang tumatama ito sa Pinoy. Malamang kanina pa bumagsak ang ating pambato dito.
Body shot by Vasquez. Straight left scores by Francisco. Speed. I would think that boxers at this weight class,
In a matter of hours yesterday, so even his manager, Carlos Gonzalez, says that affects his speed. Obviously, that's going to affect your speed.
Sa pagpasok ng round 4 ay unang umatake si Vasquez at nanatiling kalmado naman ang Pinoy.
in the WBA, so that ranking system.
115 pounds, junior bantam or superfly, as some people call it, and he lost that fight. So
Spider-Man, he's deadly afraid of spiders. There's levels right there.
Vasquez is a southpaw. That right hand is close. Vasquez seems to be not quite loose yet. Seems to be a little bit sluggish.
It has been some time since his last fight, back in March of 2009. Wild swing by Francisco. Oh, tags him there with the left. Nice left jab. And there's the bell. So again, maybe to his strapping into this particular fight was Drian Francisco just posing all types of problems.
Drian ahead by 2 points. It gets you noticed all over the world, and it makes you a very good opponent. Look at that. Noticed all over the world. Very good opponent.
Sa round 5 ay isang 1-2 combination at isang left cross ang naikonekta ng Pinoy, dahilan upang agad na bumagsak si Vasquez. Agad naman tumayo si Vasquez at ginawaran ng standing 8 count ng referee. Sa pagpapatuloy ng laban, halatang nasaktan si Vasquez sa suntok ng Pinoy, kaya naman wala pa ito sa kanyang sarili.
Haymaker that came in from left field.
And he's out of it. Right now, he doesn't know where he is.
A big left hand and a right as Drian Francisco is beginning target practice. And Vasquez has to get off that rope.
He's got no answer. Vasquez has nothing.
He is picking apart the former world champion. Francisco, the bombardier of his own plane, opening up the payload and loading and dropping the bombs. And there was a big right hand. Vasquez does not know where he is.
He just has no answer, Vasquez. Francisco is just pouring it on.
I give Vasquez credit. He has taken a ton of shots and still continues to fire back.
Dito ay pinaulanan ito ng Pinoy ng kaliwat kanang combination. Subalit, nauubos na lamang ang stamina ng Pinoy sa pagbabato ng malalakas na suntok na halos lahat ay tumama naman kay Vasquez. Ngunit napakatigas nito. Iba talaga ang kalidad ng isang world champion. Dito ay hindi bumagsak si Vasquez.
Like it's just not a moving target. Like ducks in a pond. And Francisco is taking full advantage. Boy, Vasquez is in a place right now, and it's not a good place.
Not at all. Got unleashed. He never got out of the mud. He's been stuck, Vasquez. And Francisco just so unorthodox.
Whoa! Did you see that? Superman punch in mixed martial arts.
You gotta love Francisco.
Sa puntong ito, talagang nasukat ang kakayahan ng Pinoy.
Don't come along too often in your life.
Oh baby, what a show we have here in Manila.
Bagamat marami pa ang natitirang round, ang mga Amerikanong announcer naman ay tuluyan ng napabilib ng Pinoy at idinidikit nila ang estilong ginagawa ng Pinoy sa British fighter na si Nasim Hamed.
I mean, a virtual nobody. You know, in the
Call the last time I've seen that, except maybe Nasim Hamed. I like Francisco's cockiness. That's how you're going to Durant.
well, both Panamanian. So it is 3-1 in favor of Panamanians in championship bouts against Filipinos. And so certainly we've seen Roberto Vasquez has seen better days. But how in red? He's sticking that face out there, and Roberto Vasquez just doesn't throw a punch.
See, that is...
I sincerely hope he's just not making a mockery, you know, of the whole thing.
Slick, very confident. He's a naturally gifted athlete, is Francisco. So,
Sa pagsapit ng round 10, ang Pinoy ay nagmistulang isdang pirana na dahang-dahang inuubos ang laman ng biktima nito sa pamamagitan ng patuloy na pagbabato ng paisa-isang mga suntok.
Success early, quickly. There's one out right, another right.
and wouldn't this be an exclamation point on a very fine and great performance?
Did you see that uppercut? I think if Vasquez...
And this is exactly what his dream was. This is why his management took a risk to face a guy of this caliber, because you got to take a gamble sometimes in order to reach the mountaintop.
The Harvest of Mexico in the house. Open light in the hand. Now a flurry here.
Hanggang sa tuluyan ng nanghina si Vasquez at dito ay sinamantala na ng Pinoy ang pagkakataon. Patuloy na nagbato ang Pinoy ng paisa-isang suntok na tinawag ng mga Kano na Superman Punch hanggang sa tuluyang bumagsak si Vasquez. Sa pagbibilang ng referee ay umakyat na ang cornerman ni Vasquez at ipinatigil na ang laban.
Oh, big shot and down goes the champion. The former champ is down for the second time in this fight. Taking the mandatory 8.
Dito ay nakuha ng Pinoy ang panalo sa pamamagitan ng technical knockout. Sa pagkapanalong ito ay nakatanggap si Drian ng pagbati mula sa ating pambansang kamao. Pagkatapos ng laban, ito ang naging pahayag ni Drian.
Alam kong underdog ako sa labang ito, pero sa sarili ko ay alam ko rin na kaya ko siyang talunin. Pero hindi sumagi sa isip ko na sa ganitong paraan ako mananalo dahil dating world champion siya at matalinong boksingero. Kailangan talagang iba't ibang style ang gamitin ko dahil veterano si Vasquez. Kailangan bulat-bulatin siya para makapuntos ako.
Sa madaling salita, sa laban na ito, dito lamang ginawa ni Drian ang estilong iyon. Ito ay para hindi mabasa ni Vasquez ang galaw niya. Samantala, ito naman ang naging pahayag ni Vasquez pagkatapos ng laban.
His punches were not that strong, but he confused me with his style.
Para sa isang boksedor, ang US debut o ang unang laban nito sa bansang Amerika ang pinakamahalaga sa lahat sapagkat ito ang pinakamagandang pagkakataon na ipamalas ng isang Pinoy fighter ang kanyang lakas at galing sa buong mundo. Taong 2012, isang Pinoy ang nabigyan ng pagkakataon na lumaban sa bansang USA. Ito ay ang tinatawag nilang gintong kamao ng Occidental Mindoro na si Drian Francisco. At ang makakalaban naman nito ay ang veteranong Mexican fighter na si Javier Gallio. Noong panahong ito, ang Pinoy ay may record lamang na 22 win, 17 knockout, 1 loss at 1 draw. Samantalang ang Meksikano naman ay may ring record na 18 win, 10 knockouts, 4 losses at 1 draw. Sa laban na ito, hangad ng Pinoy na may uwi ang tagumpay sapagkat ito ang kanyang unang sabak sa bansang US. At alam naman nating lahat kung gaano kahalaga ang isang US debut para sa isang Pinoy fighter. Subalit, hindi ito magiging madali para sa Pinoy sapagkat kilala naman natin ang mga Meksikano na isang tunay na mandirigma at kapareho din ng Pinoy ay hangad din ito na magtagumpay sa laban na ito. Sa pag-umpisa ng laban, round 1 pa lang ay nagpasiklab na ng mga atake ang parehong mandirigma.
And he's been in his name mentioned a fight like Rigondeaux. He was in the mix to get that fight in December. That is gonna go to...
Ang Pinoy na si Drian Francisco ay kilala sa pagkakaroon ng kakaibang estilo nito na tinawag ng mga Amerikano na Superman Punch, at ito ang estilo na nagpanalo sa kanya noong nagdaang laban nito sa former 2 times world champion na si Roberto Vasquez. Subalit hindi ito uubra sa pagkakataong ito sapagkat maliit sa kanya ang kalaban na Meksikano.
He's aggressive, going in there, but he's going in there half wild. And with it getting hit. And you don't want to get hit with a fighter that has the power of Francisco. He's right there in front of him and not a good place to be.
Now Francisco 17 KO, so you know he's known to be a good puncher. Should be a good puncher anyway.
Francisco coming off a first-round stoppage on September 20 over Jose Carlos Vargas. Gallo, who's been in with some world champions, Rodel Mayor, January 21st, so he's been off about 10 months.
And Gallo doing the right thing, trying to get in close and smother the punching power of Francisco, but you got to keep those hands up while you're in there, champ.
Yeah, well, he's talking about one of the things that I don't like is he's backing up and he's pulling away from punches. He can get hit, but it seems like they're both taking punches right now.
Yep. Boxing 101, you don't back straight up. You bob and weave or you move off to the side. If you move straight, you're going to get hit, especially...
Francisco's been known, the scout report is he's an awkward puncher, and now you see what that scout report means. He's all over the place, but he's throwing hard shots.
Well, he's aggressive, and that's what he needs to stay right on top, but he needs to duck a little bit more and not take doses. Wild punches are being thrown and you get hit with one like that one.
Right by Drian Francisco. And up left. And now Francisco starting to up here.
Francisco needs to get hit, but right now he's doing well.
Cut around the left eye of Gallo as well.
Sa dulo ng round 1 ay nagawang makapagpatama ng Pinoy ng ilang malilinis na tira na kung saan ito ay nagdulot ng sugat sa kaliwang mata ng Mexican fighter. Pagsapit ng round 2, dahil sa lamang ang Pinoy sa height at reach, naging agresibo naman ang Mexican fighter sa inside attack o in-fight fighting style, kung saan matagumpay naman itong nakakapagpalanding ng ilang malilinis na tira. Subalit, nagagawa pa rin namang kumawala ng Pinoy at makapagbigay ng mga long distance shot.
Any care getting hit or not, but because he just throwing punches. If they land, they land. If they don't, he don't really care. He just throw.
Well, he better care with the punching power of Drian Francisco. Not afford to get careless. And champ, you don't want to really throw those wide shots against Francisco. If he steps and throws down in the middle, going to be in trouble.
Francisco's got a good knockout record. And so he's supposed to be able to punch.
Clubbing right hands by Javier Gallo.
I think after the first one, he just said, the heck with it, I'm coming in and call caution the wind, and he's having some success here in round 2.
At the moment, he is. But again, I cannot stress with the punching power of Francisco, you can make no mistake, Francisco has the power.
And he got drilled again.
He landed a couple good shots on Gallo. I tell you what, Gallo don't care. He just got hit again. But I tell you what, those punches add up, and they start to take effect later on in the fight.
And as Mark mentioned earlier, Francisco, a very awkward fighter, champion. He throws from all angles. You never know where that's coming from.
Well, I tell you what, that's the way Gallo fight. That's his mark, and that's what he's gonna do.
An uppercut by Francisco, but Gallo's tough in there.
Gallo's making them throw punches that he don't want to throw. is making them fight.
Francisco's throwing the old sin punch, the uppercut from about 10 feet away. He's left himself wide open for counters.
And again, boxing 101, you don't throw the uppercut to your right inside. Oh, and a clubbing punch along the ropes as Francisco moves away. Good right by Francisco. And there's no question, champ, that Francisco is a hooker, but did he ever hear of the left jab? With that reach, he should be jabbing more.
A lot of these fighters,
whoa, what body punching? Oh, that hurt him. Gallo. And champ, that Gallo is T-O-U-G-H tough.
I tell you what, man, you know, he should have laid out. He should have taken the punches and give some.
And the bell, the end of round number 2. And Mark Abrams, the action keeps getting better.
Minsan, mas maganda pa nga manood ng ganitong mga laban kung saan nakakapagbigay ng magandang panoorin sa mga fans kesa sa mga laban ng mga ibang sikat na fighter kung saan puro takbo lang ang nangyayari sa laban.
Round number 3 set for 8-round super baits. On the right of your screen, Drian Francisco. And in the blue and the white is Javier Gallo. And if we learned anything, champ, Gallo can take a punch.
He's not backing up. I mean, he's aggressive. He's standing up there. He might be losing the fight, but he thinks he's winning it, and he wants to continue. He's throwing punches and punches. And this is what boxing is all about.
And you know, Mark, you have to wonder if Gallo's said, look, I know the guy's a knockout puncher, but I'm going to go for broke. I'm going to stay there. I get hit, I get hit.
And he got to get in close like that because the guy's arm is very much longer than his now because he's got a lot of fight look like left in him.
And both fighters taking a momentary breather here in round number 3. Their punch output, Mark, is incredible in this fight so far.
I tell you, Francisco looks like he's running out of gas because he's leaning and whatnot, and he's not throwing as many punches, and that's not a good sign. Good right hand.
And a good left to the midsection by Francisco. Oh, all right. Gallo.
And Francisco snuck in yet.
It's going to look like he's tired of taking them, and he's taking more because he's not doing anything.
Good uppercut in close this time by Francisco. Right hand by Francisco.
And that's what Francisco got to do. He got to wake up. He got to throw these punches.
This is going to be a war of attrition. It's actually turning into one now.
A solid right by Gallo. And champ, what I like about Gallo, smart enough not to just run in there, he's strategically cutting the ring off on Francisco.
He's cutting the ring off. Right hand.
He caught hard right hand.
Yeah. And a cut on the left eye of Gallo.
Yeah. And he's getting hit on that cut. He's getting hit on that, and that cut going to open up.
He just got hit with 3 perfect shots and walked right through him.
And that's got to take some of the heart out of Drian Francisco.
Larry, can you tell anything about the body language on these two fighters?
Yeah, you can tell. You know, you can tell what happened with Gallo there. He's not really about his body because he's not really taking a lot of shots. His mainly concern is his head. He's getting hit a lot in his head, but he continued to go on. As you know.
Sa round 4 ay dito mo kabibiliban ang mga Meksikano pagdating sa laban sapagkat bukod sa sugat nito sa kanyang kaliwang mata ay madalas pa itong tumanggap ng ilang malilinis na tira mula sa Pinoy. Ngunit patuloy pa rin ito sa kanyang pag-abante dahil dyan nagawa nitong makorner ang Pinoy sa mga lubid.
Round 4 set for 8 rounds super bantamweight. By Francisco.
Ang mga uppercut punch naman ang naging pangontra dito ng Pinoy. Dahil may kaliitan at mahilig pumasok sa loob ang Meksikano, sinasalubong naman ito ng uppercut ng Pinoy.
Oh. And Gallo's right there.
Gallo, you don't have to look for him. He's here to fight.
And you can see that Francisco champ does not like the pressure that Gallo is putting him under.
Well, you know, boxers don't like too much pressure. They want to be able to do what they want to do while they're in there. They don't want no pressure. They want an easy night. But, you know, once you put those gloves on and step through them ropes, it ain't no easy night.
That's all Gallo knows, though, is pressure.
Good right by Gallo on the ropes, another right, left downstairs. What a fight we've got. What action. Incredible right hand by Cisco.
Francisco is learning how to throw that right, and he's landing it when he do throw it, and that's good for him. But he got to stay off those ropes and keep moving if he got stamina.
You know, Mark, I can see it written on the face of Francisco, like, where did they get this guy?
Exactly, that's how I was alluding to Les Brown with Larry about the body language. Gallo's cut up.
Check that midsection. That's what Gallo's right hand's going to come over top of that. And there's the bell.
Sa pagsapit ng round 5, ramdam na ng parehong mandirigma ang pagod at hirap sa laban. Subalit, mas kapansin-pansin na mas hingal at mas parang hinahapo ang Pinoy. Dahil dyan, nagawang makapagpatama ng Meksikano ng isang solid right cross.
Solid right by Gallo. And Franco answers right back.
Gallo threw a nice right hand that time, but he should have still came back with the left hook. That way he did damage.
And I think I saw Gallo throw the first left jab. He likes it in close, has to swing. And you know, Mark, it's something that Gallo goes toe-to-toe with a fighter with 17 knockouts in 22 wins. It just
18-5. Don't let that record fool you. He's fought some good fighters. He's beaten some good fighters. Beaten 29.
Subalit maya-maya pa, sa patuloy na pag-abante ng Meksikano, ay tinamaan ito ng isang left uppercut mula sa Pinoy. At ito ang naging dahilan ng pag-atras nito sa unang pagkakataon. Dahan-dahan namang umabante ang Pinoy, kasabay ang pagbibigay ng mga malalakas na suntok. Sa patuloy na pag-atake ng Pinoy ay patuloy din ang pagdurugo ng sugat ng Meksikano.
Gallo not looking good. Francisco on the charge. He senses he's got hurt for the first time in this fight.
Yeah, Gallo looked like he had it a little bit, like he got hit. That was a low blow there.
On the hip.
That was a low blow.
This fight stopped.
At dito ay hindi na ito makasagot sa mga tira na binibitawan ng Pinoy. Kaya naman, nagdesisyon na ang referee na itigil na lamang ang laban.
Francisco.
Sa laban na ito, nagawang magtagumpay ng Pinoy sa kanyang unang laban sa US via knockout. Maganda ang pinakita nito. Naging matalino, maingat at mahinahon at matyagang naghintay ng magandang pagkakataon upang makapuntos. Kaya naman, naging matagumpay ito sa kanyang unang laban sa Amerika. Sa kabilang banda naman, nakakabilib din ang pinakitang laban ng Meksikano sapagkat kung matatandaan ninyo, never itong umatras sa buong panahon ng kanilang laban. Puro ito abante kahit ng mga huling sandali na tumatanggap ito ng ilang mga solidong suntok galing sa Pinoy na naging dahilan ng kanyang pagkatalo. Kaya naman dahil dyan, malaki ang respeto ko sa mga Mexican fighter. Kung ako ang tatanungin, ang mga Mexican fighter ang pinakamagandang kalaban ng mga Pinoy kung ikukumpara sa mga Japanese fighter. Sa Mexican magandang asain ng mga Pinoy prospect upang mahubog talaga ang mga ito sa mga matitinding laban, katulad ng ating pambansang kamao Manny Pacquiao. Si Drian Francisco ay nagretiro sa boxing noong 2018 sa record na 29 wins, 22 via knockout, 6 losses at 1 draw. At narito ang konting trivia sa buhay ng ating bida. Bago pa lamang ito mag-pro boxing, si Drian ay nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral sa isang sikat na universidad. Matapos nitong makagraduate sa kursong commerce sa San Sebastian College, sinunod nito ang kagustuhan ng kanyang ama na mag-pro boxing. Sa kasalukuyan, si Drian ay isang trainer instructor sa prestihiyosong combat school na nakabase sa Singapore. Sa ngayon ay hanggang dito na lang po muna tayo, kabayan. At sana ay nagustuhan mo ang ating video.